So Hot Takes, the hottest sports betting podcast on the planet.
I'm Luke.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Sean.
And welcome back to Not So Hot Takes. Gentlemen, it's week 16. We're already here.
Mhm.
We're already here, which is insane. 3 weeks left in the regular season, and then the best weekend ever, Wild Card Weekend, just 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
We're going to dive right into it. I'll just review my shit picks. We all kind of got a little bit fucked up this week. So I had the worst bet of the week. Rams, San Francisco 49ers over 49.5. Yeah, that's just – I was listening to a podcast interview with Kirk Herbstreit, and he was like, it's probably the worst game I've ever called.
I believe it.
But we got through it. And yeah, and then I had Baltimore near Giants under 43.5. That took an L because the Giants decided to score 2 touchdowns. And then Dallas, Carolina over 42.5. Late cover there. Finished with 44 points. Dolphins plus 2.5. The Dolphins just continue to show that they will never be able to beat good teams, no matter who's their coach, what players they have. Doesn't matter. They won't be able to beat a good team, even though I don't think Houston's that good. Then Bengals minus 4.5, never a doubt. They took care of business in Tennessee. Like they should have. Ugly game. What was it? 13 turnovers combined.
Not that many, but a lot. It felt like
Something
25.
crazy.
it was 25 penalties,
something crazy.
9 turnovers, I think.
Yeah,
Terrible.
135 yards worth of penalties or something. It was
Impressive.
nuts.
Win is a win.
Steelers plus 5.5. Yeah, the Steelers just are showing that their offense cannot do anything without Pickens, and their defense is now a little bit more banged up, but we'll get into that. Patriots plus 5.5. Try to get a little frisky, but then they decided to go to Arizona, and Kyler Murray decided to play football again.
Not really.
Drake May is fun to watch, though.
He is.
Drake May is so fun to watch.
He's a baller.
Yeah, he is. He just needs a few key weapons, and they'll have a squad here in the next couple of years, I think, in New England. Bucks plus 3. Leave the points at the door. 1 outright. I'm telling you, the Bucks are dangerous. I would not, as a top seed in this playoffs, I would not be wanting to face the Bucks right now. And then my lock, or I guess I'll wait to go over my lock after this next pick. But Green Bay, Seattle over 46.5, finished at 43, which sucks. If Geno doesn't go out, Seattle's probably able to put up some more points. And then my lock of the week was Atlanta, Vegas under 44.5. That game should have been at 30. I mean, that was just a dumpster fire. Kirk Cousins. I saw something that Kirk Cousins' agent should get into contract extension because he's won one playoff game in his career and has made $300+ million as a quarterback in the NFL.
I saw that they should hang his quarter zip in the Hall of Fame.
And then I guess because we all did dog of the weeks for NFL, my dog of the week was the Patriots, trying to get a little frisky and fun there. Plus 235, and obviously they took an L there. So those are my picks.
I liked your dog of the week though. It was really it was bold, man. It was over.
I wanted to make a bold. I was hoping.
It was
the
over
Patriots
plus
are going to
110.
sneak out a win.
So, yeah,
The
it was over
Patriots
plus
are gonna sneak
110.
out a win before the end. Yeah, over plus 110.
Yeah, it was great.
So was mine.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
Anyways,
It was 25, jackass.
let's get right into
It's
it.
from heaven, apparently.
We'll address this next year.
Yes.
For all the fans out there, we'll adjust this next year.
Yeah, well, we'll have some real rules, so you two don't pick shit.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways, Rams plus 3. Leave the points at the door. Well, you probably leave all the points at the door. 12-6. That was the worst game ever. I thought they were gonna win, but I didn't think like that. Cleveland plus 4 against the Chiefs. Chiefs voodoo magic, I guess, wins. That was awful. 21-7. Jameis had a Jameis game. It happens. Cincinnati minus 5, which is also my mortal lock. Never really a doubt. I mean, the first quarter they were down 14-7, and then Burrow got the ball pulled away by a defensive lineman, and then he took it about 35 yards upfield. Kind of made me scared.
Stiff armed the hell out of someone on the way.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, I saw a video. It was like, I'm telling my kids this was Derrick Henry.
It was like
was
longest.
awesome.
It was the longest fumble return by a defensive lineman in NFL history.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
I think Boy
340.
was moving. Yeah, dude. Dude, I don't know who
So
he
Romo
threw,
was like,
but...
he got a little running back in it. Maybe he was hitting a little stiff arms in high school.
He's sick. I like him a lot.
We can move into the Miami game. Plus 3 and over 47. Lost both. Like we said, Miami's, I guess, exactly who we think they are. This is the game we took a chance on them, saying, okay, maybe they could play a good team, but they can't. They're fraudulent.
They're helping the Bengals out though, big time.
Oh yeah, they're guilty on all accounts of fraud.
We did it.
Philadelphia
Erroneous on all
-5.
accounts.
Oh, erroneous on all accounts. Yeah. Philadelphia -5. They say never to bet on your own team. I don't care. The Steelers suck. No offense. I feel like even if Pickens is in that game, you put Mitchell on Pickens, I think it's the same story. I don't think that offense is built to beat up.
I don't know. That's a
Good
pretty big
defense.
change.
No, that's bold.
That's very.
That's pretty
I don't know if
bold.
it goes.
George
They
Pickens
have
having
to
a great
win,
year.
but I don't know if it goes exactly the same as it did.
I think okay. I give them an extra field goal. I don't think that offense is built.
Dude,
to
he's like
beat
their
good
only
defense.
weapon.
Bro, but look at the Ravens game. Like, I know it's a divisional game, but you see them in playoffs. Like, the Ravens aren't going to score 16 points. They're going to have a better game plan. Like, that offense can't keep up.
We'll
they had,
see.
what,
They play
6
this
field
week.
goals that beat the Ravens.
They play this week.
Yeah.
Who do they play this
We'll
week?
talk about it.
Yeah, moving in. Detroit, Buffalo, over 54.5. I was never scared. Went to 90 points. This is exactly how we thought it was going to go. Goff had 5 touchdowns and still lost. That sucks.
Welcome to Burrow's
Welcome
world.
Throws 5 picks and wins. He throws 5 picks and
Yeah.
wins, but he'll
Yeah.
throw 5 touchdowns and loses.
That's a good point.
Literally a perfect game and lost.
Dan Campbell. I want to talk about that for a second.
we can talk about
Dan
that.
Campbell onside. I need to talk about that for a second. Dan Campbell, as much as we want to talk about how good of a coach he is, and like he's has put together an absolute squad, he's going to cost them in the playoffs doing stuff like that. Like this is that's going to be a problem when you're playing these. Like that'll work on some of these bummier teams, but whenever you're going up against the Bills in the potential Super Bowl matchup, or you're having to go and play, I don't know, like if you're having to go play the Chiefs, you're like, you can't be pulling stupid stunts like this. Again, you got to start focusing on we're a playoff team. We don't need to pull some of this ragtag bullshit, and so we got to start playing as a a team with a lead and a team with some confidence, not pulling off the stupid onside kick.
I thought the onside kick was stupid, but that little trick play to the right into the offensive lineman worked. I mean, his little what do you call them? Misdirection plays, they always work, but I don't know, the onside kick was kind of ballsy.
I'm in
The onside kick works. The onside kick works if it's not having to be pre-announced. Also, which I think is the worst newly integrated rule in NFL, is that you have to announce an onside kick. But
yeah, but it's how it is.
again,
I mean, you can't kick an onside kick because nobody's there. They're like 30 yards away.
I'll keep mine side short because I don't want to explain. But I'm in the minority. I didn't hate it at all, to be honest. I don't think they were getting a stop. You might as well try to figure out a way to get the ball back. I mean, it would have been better if they just tackled him when he recovered the onside, but letting him run 40 yards down the field after recovering it, that was the bigger problem to me.
yeah. You either win by the sword or you die by the sword.
Yeah, I can admit that I definitely in hindsight it was bad, but at the time I didn't hate it as much as others did. But I wouldn't say it was genius.
Yeah, well, let me get these last 2 picks in here. Chargers -2.5. Shoot me. I think the Chargers are frauds. I think this is where the year, it's over for them. They don't really have a great offense, and the defense kind of got exposed too. Tampa Bay's weird though. Tampa Bay's hit or miss. I mean, that's like pick your poison. Either they're getting murdered or they're murdering teams. I don't think it's nuts. The Tampa Bay is such a weird team this year. And then Green Bay, Seattle over 45.5. I got it a little lower than Luke earlier in the week. Went to 43. Kind of went exactly how we thought it was going to go. Green Bay kind of just took the reins of that game. I thought maybe Seattle scored another touchdown. The 13 points is kind of disappointing, but Geno couldn't stay in there. But dog of the week, the Browns let me down. Jameis, he's due for a legacy game. He is going to come
anytime soon with DTR at quarterback.
Yikes!
Yikes!
Yeah. Real quick, you say Tampa's confusing. I really just think it depends on if Baker's going to turn the ball over or not in that game. The week before they won a closer one, and it's because he turned the ball over 18 times. The only reason it was they didn't lose that game was because they played Desmond Ritter, and it was Aiden O'Connell and then Desmond Ritter, and they both turned the ball over one more time. So I've never seen a team so dependent on their quarterback not turning the ball over, and the quarterback just continuously turns the ball over. Besides, the Buccaneers with Jameis. So it's just it's not that bad, but it is
Well,
interesting.
That's how Allen was a little bit last year, but he cleaned it up, and now he's a superstar.
Yeah, but
That's
he's a freak show level of talent, so he can overcome it a little bit. Like Baker and Jameis aren't freak show levels of like play extenders and arm talent. So I think it's more reliant on them trying to not turn the ball over. Like Allen, you live and die with it because he's such a superstar. But at the same time, it did cost them at some point. So I do see what you're saying.
Yeah, it was last year. He threw the ball down the field a little too much.
Yeah, he would just chuck it sometimes.
Yeah, well, what now he's doing is he's extending plays. He'll run or he'll get a little dump off. He'll create space.
Yeah, we'll talk about it because I do want to talk about his pass game a little bit. I have some comments, but I'll go into my picks. I think I was the best out of all of us, and I ended the week 4-4, including college football 4-3 and NFL. So good week from the fellas. Starting off Thursday night, I had San Francisco -2.5. I don't care if this bet hit, I lost either way. That game was absolutely terrible. Like you said, Kirk Herbstreit hated the game and he called the game. So not usually a good sign. Next up, that Miami game faded the fellas, especially Sam. Sorry, Sam, but I had the under 47 and Houston -2.5, the opposite of his two picks. They both hit. This game kind of went exactly how I thought, besides the Houston offense. I thought the Houston offense would have a couple new toys to play with, new tools in the tool bag. No, they looked exactly the same. It's just Miami's offense is kind of hard to watch with how unexplosive it is, especially with all that speed they have. You would think that they'd be able to make plays down the field. And we said maybe they're doing the underneath passing to play in the cold. Well, it didn't work in the cold, and now they're not doing it in the warm. So it might just be cooked out here. Not going to lie. So yeah, under 47 hit easy. Houston -2.5. We did it with the defense. Next up, Cleveland plus 4.5, same as Sam. That was an L. Yeah, that's kind of it. Carolina, money line. Whoo, looked like old Bryce Young out there. But maybe he's earned one of those. I don't know. He's been balling.
He was due for a bad game.
We forget that Carolina, I know they were playing better football, but that roster is still horrifically untalented. And we forget that defense is still very horrifically untalented.
Xavier Leggett's a beast, though.
Yeah, if he could catch, god damn.
I think it would have beat the Eagles if he could catch, too.
Yeah, he would have. It would have been a good.
That one better had $3 million on the Eagles at like -1,000. Someone said he has Leggett's jersey just framed.
Yeah, dude, you should send him a quarter of the payout. Anyway, next up, I had the under 46.5 in the Sunday night game. Also faded the fellas. Apologies, fellas. Sam Howell is who he thought. He might be worse than what he thought. That offense is real quick. No, I'll comment it when we get to Seattle's game this week. But I have some comments about that offense and they're not pretty. But under 46.5 hit pretty easy. And then my dog of the week was Buffalo. Got some comments. +125, not +110. Just putting it.
I didn't say anything.
I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at you.
Arrhenius.
Buffalo.
Hurtful. Deceitful.
They got the dub. That's all I'll say. And that puts somebody in first place.
And you still have less points. Just saying.
No, I don't. That's the point of first place. We were tied. I was down by like 0.2 going into this week.
Bro, I'm pretty sure you still have like less power points on that.
Dude, I set up the tracker. I know who's in first place.
Sorry, I'd rather be betting. I'd rather have 83%.
Oh, you're up by
locks than
you're up by a
50%
tiny bit.
Locks.
Look, man, I just
throw shots. I'm just saying, we're making as a committee, guys. We're making new rules because a dog, an underdog. I personally don't believe is anything 130 and under.
You keep moving the goalposts here. You said 110 a second ago. You keep moving the goalposts, bud.
What do you mean 110?
Oh my! I'm not doing this with you right now. Well,
yours was what 125. Yes. I'm saying future. It's got to be 130.
Earlier you were like, it's over +110, and now I said it's +125. You're like, it has to be over +130. We'll do this off camera. I'll meet you outside the back of a Chili's, and we'll figure this out.
We'll do this off camera.
At the flagpole out front in the parking lot. But anyway, my lock of the week was the under 44.5 in the Not So Hot Takes Bowl. All our favorite quarterbacks played. I wish they didn't. They both kind of shit the bed really, really badly.
I mean, it's perfect though. It was kind of a perfect.
It was very encapsulating of how this year has gone for us. Not really for them, but for us.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right, fellas. We're going to move into week 16. Time to roll.
We're gonna plow through this.
Denver at Los Angeles Chargers Thursday night. Chargers -3, over under is 41.5. I don't have anything in this game. I just don't know how to bet Denver, really. I watch you guys go back and forth on betting Denver. I hardly bet them. I got to stray away. And the Chargers, again, are frauds, but the fact that I don't think they should be favored.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, no.
Okay, Bo Nix, I've left you alone. Okay, you just came off a terrible game and won. We're going with Broncos +3 here. I really don't understand how the Broncos are getting points here, even though the Chargers are at home. Chargers, I think this is where the end of the road for them. The offense is banged up. The defense is banged up. Both of them not playing well. I think this is it. I think Bo, he had a rookie game, 3 interceptions. It happens. He's going to clean it up. Balls to the wall. They also got to win this game. I mean, they have a tough schedule coming up, and one of their teams being the Chiefs. If they want to stay in good playoff contention and a good spot, they have to just win this game, and they'll be fine. Give me Broncos +3.
I was leaning Broncos +3, but I'm not touching Bo Nix if Sam's betting on him. I'll tell you that for free. I'll tell you that.
Don't,
for free.
Dude.
But this game, interesting caveat here. I will tell you, whoever, as a Bengals fan, whoever loses this game, the Bengals need them to lose out the rest of the year in order to make the playoffs. The thing is,
it's gonna be the Chargers.
So I am heavily going to be rooting for the Chargers because the Chargers are playing the Giants and Tennessee, I'm pretty sure, down the stretch. And they would have to lose both of those games. The Broncos have the Bengals and then the Chiefs. So, the Broncos, it would be like we would get the chance to beat them. And if we lost to them, then I wouldn't feel bad. But at the same time, you'd have to hope that Kansas City's playing their starters in week 18. So really, the Bengals, I mean, they've I've said it all year. They fucked themselves, obviously. So different.
The door is cracked, though. There's a crack
in
the door.
Yeah,
it's not open, but it's because it's cracked.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
The defense.
I'd rather rely on ourselves and even like the half of the Chiefs to beat the Broncos than the Giants and the Titans to beat the Chargers. Because I'll tell you what, they're not doing that. But I'll go to my pick.
Dude, there's nobody to blame.
Yeah. No.
There's nobody to blame but that defense. That's
yeah. You think I don't know that, man? Like, come on.
I'm just
and Evan McPherson.
Like, Joe Burrow should be MVP.
God damn it, Evan McPherson. If he just made that kick against the Chargers in the Chargers game, we win that game. The season is so different. So different. All they had to do was win the Chargers game on that field goal, or even just win the New England game week 1, and the season is so different. But instead, they keep never mind. Let me move on. We'll talk about the Bengals later. I have the under 42.5 in this game. 2 really good defenses, 2 quarterbacks that didn't play all that well last week. Bo Nix, it got sheltered by the defense. He played really poorly last game. I watched that game back, really poor. His picks were really bad. They were not moving the ball until the 4th quarter, and that was only after the pick 6 and everything. They were down in the 3rd. They should have lost. Jonathan Taylor just holds onto the ball. That game, it's 20-7 in the 3rd quarter. I'm pretty sure it was either late 2nd quarter or early 3rd quarter. It's 20-7 for the Colts. Instead, it's 13-7 going the other way. So big momentum swing there. The Broncos had 100. I have it listed here. Hold on. Let me grab the exact number because it's pretty startling. 195 total yards last week, and they won by 15. Yeah. It feels like a fade spot if there ever was a fade spot, but I don't want to back the Chargers either because they're not playing good football. So I think the under is the play here, especially with that primetime aspect of it.
All right, we have Saturday football this week, and if our listeners are confused, why are they playing on Saturday? It's because these teams will be playing on Christmas, so they wanted to give them a week in between games. It's funny that this game's at 1 o'clock because there's also going to be another game going on at 1 o'clock.
Who's that?
You know how it be. It's that college football playoff game.
Yes.
That pinned the Nittany Lions.
Yes, sir.
At 1 o'clock on Saturday. Ain't nobody going to be watching the Chiefs and Carson Wentz. So we got Houston at Kansas City. Kansas City -3.5. Over-under's 41.5. I don't believe that I'm going to take anything in this game just because I know that the status for Mahomes is still up in the air. They're most likely going to probably play Carson Wentz, so it makes me nervous that they're getting 3.5 points with Carson. Is he not? Are they going Chiefs this week?
They opened Houston opened as 2-point favorites, and then Mahomes practiced on Tuesday, and it flipped to Chiefs minus 3.5. So I think he's going to play.
Okay.
Dude, it's
So,
the
yeah.
annual fake injury. He does it
Yeah.
every year. There's a clip from last year of him like limping, and it literally looked like somebody was like shoving a rod up his ass while he was walking. Like
All right.
it's all a show. Are you touching this game, Weaver?
I'm not.
I'm not at all either. I just think, I mean, 3.5 points for the Chiefs. It's a voodoo number. I don't know. Texans look like they look like they know how to play football now, and I don't
Do
know.
they? Not offensively.
Dude, the Chiefs. I'm not. I don't think I'm ever betting a Chiefs game again until Patrick Mahomes is out of the league.
They're gonna win by 2 or 3. I'll tell you that for free.
They're gonna win. No, they're gonna be up by 2, and then somehow get some bullshit fumble recovery or safety, and then win by 4.
Yeah,
stupid.
I'm an idiot because I was looking at the plus 2.5, and I'm like, oh, Carson Wentz is gonna play, and I'm thinking, dude, Mahomes is gonna play. I should take the plus 2.5, and then it flipped to 3 the next day. I was like, damn. I was like, you know what? I should take the minus 3, and then got to 3.5. I was like, damn. I'm not touching this game. Mixon might not play, or if he is, he's hobbled. Mahomes might not play, or if he is, he's hobbled. It's a lot. It's too many question marks.
Okay, so the second game of that Saturday at 4:30 p.m. is Pittsburgh at Baltimore. They have Baltimore minus 6.5. Over under 45.5. I do have a pick in this game. I'm going Ravens minus 6.5. No TJ Watt, no Pickens. TJ Watt injury is looking more likely. It's probably a PCL injury rather than some sort of ankle. They're thinking it's a lot worse. Pickens hamstring they're saying it's a lot worse. He's probably not going to play this week. We saw how bad that offense is. Again, when they don't have any weapons, that defense is going to be relying heavy on a defense that's not without their leader. So I think Ravens minus 6.5 is a number here. The Steelers got their game against them this year. This one's at home in the bank. It's going to be rocking on a Saturday. So give me Baltimore in this game minus 6.5.
I didn't want to touch it until, I mean, you kind of just gave me a good explanation there, Weaver. I'm going to take Ravens minus 6.5. I thought the reason the Ravens didn't really score that last game they played is because TJ Watt and that defensive line was getting on Lamar so quick and containing him. I think something to look for here now that TJ Watt's injury is worse. I would look at some Lamar rush yards. He's going to bounce outside that right side and be able to extend plays like he wasn't allowed to before. I mean, what was that game, 18-15? They just got on him way too quick. The same thing the Eagles did. They just got on Lamar way too quick. I like that a lot, actually. Baltimore at home, minus 6.5. I'll take it. Give me it, Luke.
I'm surprised. I feel like I know the injuries, but I feel like Pittsburgh's kind of been your team recently, Weaver. At least on the
they have
side.
been. They have been. But after really watching, I watched the game live and then I went back and watched a lot of the replays. So, dude, those receivers for the Steelers are just struggling right now. Like, they're not getting open.
Yeah.
Baltimore's a good secondary. Najee Harris didn't have a great game against a good run defense, and Baltimore has an all right run defense. I kind of felt in that game whenever he fumbled that pitch, the air kind of went out of that team. I just don't think that down the stretch they're going to be fighting. I mean, they did make the playoffs. They are going into the playoffs, so it just could be interesting. But at the end of the day, I think that Baltimore is going to have this game.
Yeah, I'm not touching this game because I know there's way too much AFC North voodoo going around this game. I feel the dark magic. That's kind of all I'll say. I do have a couple stats that I do want to read. Sorry, Luke. Okay. I know you're not a big fan. But first thing, I should have said it for the last game. Road teams since 2003 are 65, 42, and 6 against the spread on Saturday. Very interesting.
On a Saturday? They played that many games on a Saturday?
Since 2003, there's been 113 games. So I don't know. I don't really know the correlation there. I don't know. I really don't get why, but that's just kind of what it is. And then secondly, can you guys tell me the last time a team has scored 21 points in a Steelers-Ravens game?
I know it hasn't been in the last 4 years.
2020 was the last time a single one of these teams scored at least 21 points. It's been
like 5 years ago.
18-16, 17-10, 17-10, 16-13, 16-14, 16-13, 20-19, 19-14, and then 28-24. So
yeah, so that under is looking pretty enticing.
It is, but at the same time, is this the game the Ravens finally break out and destroy the Steelers? Probably not. But I'm not touching it.
All right, here we go into the next game. Giants at Atlanta, 1:00. Atlanta -9, Over under is 42.5.
They did it.
They did do it. I don't have anything in this game. I don't really know how Penix is going to play for Atlanta. I would be looking towards the under because I imagine they're going to come out a little slow with Atlanta just starting off with a new QB, rookie QB coming in, late season. Giants suck, but I don't have anything in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to stay far away too. I don't trust a brand new rookie quarterback, especially in the spot the Falcons are in. Giants suck, but I don't know. I would hate for the game to be 12-3 in the fourth quarter and the Giants score a touchdown and then just the spread's cooked. I'm not touching it.
Weaver, I don't hate that shout about the under. I don't know. I'm just excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to start slow. With Penix coming in new, they're going to start slow. I mean, they might figure it out in the second half, but it's going to be – also, 9 points is way too many points, but I don't have the balls to bet on the Giants either.
They were 10.5 earlier this week.
Yeah, because that was when Kirk was the starter.
Yeah.
So it dropped to 8.
I don't think Kirk was worth 2 points.
It dropped to 8.5 when Penix got the start, and then I guess they bought it back up to 9. I'm not touching this game either. I am very excited to see how Penix. I think he's going to play well, to be honest. I think maybe he comes out with his hair on fire in the first quarter, and then it dies off a little bit in like the second and third, and then they put him away with Bijan and Al-Jair down the stretch. But I'm not going to touch anything.
Yeah. I was going to say, if they facilitate it through Bijan, since the Giants' run defense is atrocious, then it's just going to be that under might look good.
Yeah. Then we go to Detroit at Chicago. Detroit's got -6.5. Over under is 47.5. I don't have anything. The only thing that seems enticing to me, which makes me want to throw up, is Chicago +6.5. You got no Montgomery anymore. That defense, but the defense for Detroit is so hurt. But again, Chicago's defense looks so bad since Eberflus is gone, which is crazy to say. But yeah, I don't have anything in this game. I don't know which way to lean.
I'll tell you a way to lean. Every time I bet on the Lions, they never let me down. I'm taking Lions -6.5. Chicago's defeated. I've been seeing everywhere. There's pictures of every single game. Caleb Williams is on the bench like this, like he just got plowed. He's over it. That whole team is over it. I think they're done. They had a little bit of we got a new coach, and that didn't even work. I mean, they got murdered by San Fran.
He's over since not having painted nails. He was 4-2 since painting his nails, having his nails painted, and he's 0-7 or whatever it is. And
Jared McCain's going to tweet at him on Twitter, "Hey, yo, bro, give me a call. I'm going to pull a Rod Wave, paint his nails for him." I'm just saying, Detroit -6.5. I'm not really worried about that defense. Bears' best target is Odunze, and he's been a bust so far.
That's not true. Relax.
No.
Relax. He has not been a bust so far.
Bust is crazy. He's been a rookie wide receiver.
Rookie wide receiver with a bad quarterback, bad team. Okay, but I don't think he's not going to do anything in this game. I'm with the Lions, -6.5.
I talked to you guys a little bit before we started recording. Remember when I said I had my least favorite bet that I had in the entire season?
Oh boy.
Bears +6.5.
Wow.
It makes me want to throw up, and it makes me want to die. It makes me want to cry. It makes me want to eat a whole apple and pumpkin pie. Sorry, I got caught up.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah, I bet it doesn't.
All right. Go ahead.
I took Bears +6.5. It feels like the most I know you're supposed to find the market lows and bet on them, and the Bears' whole season has been a market low. If this isn't the market low on the Bears, then they're going to be banned for sure. Like if they don't cover this spread, they go on the list. I'm talking about the list, not the ban list. I'm talking about the list. The list. But yeah.
Shout out Ben Weaver.
Shout out to our guest picker. Where's his whale parlay? We need one.
Yo, we need one for Christmas, Luke. We got to get him on.
I'm not going to see him for Christmas, but
doesn't matter. We'll patch him in.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, the Lions, dude, they're just so hurt. They're just so hurt. And little bit of an underrated thing that we haven't thought about all year. This game is outside, and it's gonna be cold. When's you do that? You make that face, Sam. When's the last time you seen Goff play well outside? I haven't. They barely beat the Bears last time as 9.5-point favorites at home inside with less injuries. Now we go outside at the Bears. It's going to be really cold. Their whole defense is hurt. They're coming off a brutal loss at home where the offense thinks they played their minds off, and they did. But now they have to come back out and play the Bears. It's a divisional opponent. It's a big spread. The only problem is that it's the Bears. That's literally the only problem.
All right.
Eberflus is still haunting that team, dude. I'm not worried about it.
They have more
It goes
ghosts.
to Eberflus past.
We got Cleveland at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's -7.5. Over/under is 46.5. I haven't picked in this game. I have the under in this game. I don't see Cleveland really scoring anything with DTR at quarterback. The Bengals are going to put up points, but I don't see this total really coming to fruition. It's not. I mean, they're really going to struggle on off. The Browns are really going to struggle on offense. The Bengals, I think, should be able to take care of business pretty well, but just screams under in this situation. Then the Browns aren't going to be able to put up any points. A lot of people just kind of look at, the Bengals are going to put up a lot of points, so that over is going to hit. And I'm like, the Browns are going to score maybe 10 points.
Yeah, I really like what you're saying, Luke. I don't have the balls to bet the under. I was about to take the over, but then I heard Jameis isn't playing. I thought this was a perfect Jameis legacy game.
Thank God.
Like, he comes in. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if him against that Bengals defense, it would only have, Joe Burrow try and match those points. This game would easily go over 47 if Jameis was playing, if we're being honest. In my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't have the balls to bet the under just because the Bengals could score 35 at any given day.
Yeah, dude, thank God they benched Jameis. I'm not saying that he would have beat us or that we win now that they benched him, but I did not want to watch him against our defense because even if they lost, he might have threw for 500. I'm not kidding. Yeah. Stop the presses. I have a pick in a Bengals game.
No.
I have a pick. It's the under 47.5. I completely agree with what you were talking about, Luke. I only take bets in the Bengals game if they're not on a side and if I feel very, very confident about what I'm betting. The 47.5. Look, we've had a Bills, not a Bills. We've had a Browns problem for years ever since Burrow was drafted. He can't. It's been a struggle. The first game was 17-7, and I know, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, we were like, it's not that easy. I think it's AFC North unders are very profitable in the last 20 years. The Browns put DTR in. It's a much less explosive. It's much more safe offense than with Jameis in there, but it's much less explosive. I think that they found an offensive success by Jameis throwing to Jerry Jeudy, and now without that connection, I don't know who DTR has a connection with. Maybe his legs and Jerome Ford. They lost Nick Chubb. So now they only have Jerome Ford. And the Bengals, they just struggle against the Browns. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like voodoo magic on that end. But, yeah, give me the under 47.5. I hope we beat the brakes off them and it goes over just by us scoring 70. But with how many penalties and how ugly that game was last week, oh, God, dude. I watched that. Me and Maddie were at a Bengals bar in Chicago. I didn't know those existed. And there was a good amount of people there. It was cool. The food was really good. And I was so happy. And then we sit down, I look up, and Burrow throws a pick on the first play. I was like, oh, that's how it's going to be. And then we drop the fumble. We have a fumble 6 that gets dropped right before the touchdown. 14 penalties for 120 yards. What else happened? Joe kept fumbling. It was a disaster, fully across the board, and we won. So maybe they just lock in. I will say the defense is looking better. Geno Stone, I apologize, my king. All right, he's been playing much better. I'm not gonna say he's superstar safety level, but he's playing like an NFL. We give him a 2-year, $30 million contract or something like that, and I think he's playing at this point to that level. So I have to apologize. I will say I'm sorry, King. Keep hooping.
Keep hooping. All right, we got Tennessee at Indy. Indy -3.5. Over/under is 42.5. I don't have anything in this game. I don't really want to bet this game either.
Yeah, I would rather drink poison than even watch this game. I'm not watching it, and I'm not betting on it. This game is disgusting.
Yeah, hold on. I thought I put a bet in for this game, but either way, I'm going to do it now. I'm taking the under 42.5. It's just too often. First of all, Will Levis. Dear God, man. What did you guys watch his performance? It wasn't that long because they took him out. But his performance against the Bengals this week, oh my God. It was so bad. I think it was 3 for 8, 3 picks, 86 yards, no touchdowns. Dude,
so he's 6 for 8.
He couldn't have been 6 for 8. He threw 3 picks. I see what you're saying. Yeah. He threw more touchdowns to the Bengals than to the Titans.
he threw the same amount of touchdowns to.
Yeah, it was really ugly. So they bring in Rudolph, and I know everyone's like, "Oh, the backup quarterback. He's gonna." No, if you watch the game, dude, all he did was throw dump off passes over and over and over again. And the Bengals are very bad at defending them, so it was good then. That's why they scored twice with him in the game. But like, this is a divisional opponent. This game went under the first time, so the total moved up because it went inside. But it's like I said, divisional opponent, and Anthony Richardson. Oh, I took some notes about games that I watched. My note for Anthony Richardson is Anthony Richardson broke my heart. That's really all there was to say. It was not a good showing. I don't think it was as bad as people are saying, but it was pretty bad. So I just
also Jonathan Taylor dropping that ball at the right before the
he really wasn't playing that bad before that. I think the whole team fell apart. The whole team just lost motivation at that point. So give me the under 42.5.
Luke, what is Anthony Richardson?
Ass.
Hey.
Never got off that. All right, we got the Rams at Jets. Rams -3, over-unders 46.5. I took the Rams -3 here. Don't know if it's just because they're playing outside or the Jets, beat the Jags and that's why. But like 3 points is crazy. I don't know. It's crazy to me that Rams are only getting 3 points.
They got a big win.
Yeah, I agree. Me and Sean went to that Jets Texans game at MetLife. MetLife literally does not mean anything for Jets fans. Like, you see Seahawks fans there, Viking, like, it doesn't mean anything. Home field advantage does not exist at MetLife for the Giants or the Jets. I'm taking -3 Rams as well. Aaron Rodgers is going to be cold. He might get hurt this game, to be honest, and that team's just in the shitter. That team's over. Sauce Gardner finally got a pick. Sean had a pick
he played terribly that game. He played so bad that whole game, but only people see is the pick.
Dude, I was surprised the Jags scored that many points. That's horrific. Give me Rams -3.
Yeah, I lean the Rams. It's the ugliest spread of the week to me. I don't get it at all. Breece Hall's going to play. I'm just not going to touch it to save us from the threesome that would inevitably lose. But I'm not going to touch it just because maybe the Jets get after the quarterback a little bit, and that's what keeps it close. But not me.
Yeah,
they're going to boo their own
team. We got one of the better matchups of the week. We got Philly at Washington. Philly's -3.5, over-unders 45.5. I don't have anything in this game. Give me a good game. Don't really know how good that is. Is this going to be Jaden Daniels stepping up kind of day? Is this going to be the day where Saquon just doesn't do crap on the ground? I know he had that against the Panthers not too long ago, but I don't know. Too many question marks.
Yeah. Again, don't bet on your own team. Bullshit. Eagles -3.5. I mean, just like Jalen Hurts said, just because we don't mean we can't. Everybody was, he can't pass. He can't pass. 186 pass yards in the first half.
Wow.
What? It's not even wow, dude. We can do both at any time. Okay? Birds are a good team. Washington, not great. I know it's in Washington, but Philly's still going to travel. Give me Eagles -3.5. This game's going to be 31-27. This is going to be a high-scoring rivalry like it always is.
Yeah, I was looking into this game, and I was thinking, I was trying to find an edge. I was going through every edge that you could find. I was edging.
All right.
I was looking. I was like, the spread. It's if I get 3, it would be -120. If I get plus 3.5, it's not a lot of points. I think Philly's probably the better team, but it's on the road. Looking at the total, it's high, but last time Washington didn't move the ball that well on Philly. I was like, oh, maybe the Philly team total. And then I remember the last Washington game where Jake Elliott sold the team total 4 times. I'm skipping this game. He's still a terrorist of the week.
Dude, 10 points, 3 field goals, and an extra point.
I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
We all tailed. I got our buddy Ben. Shout out Ben K. Just rest in peace to Abby.
Damn.
Me and Ben. It was Ben's dog, but I grew up also with the dog. Beautiful dog. Had to pass. But yeah, we all tailed Sean at over 26.5, and it got to 26?
Yeah, dude, it was sharp as hell.
Brutal. It was sharp.
All right. Next game, Arizona at Carolina. Arizona -5, over-unders 47.5. I got the Panthers at +5. The only reason I have my notes here says Panthers as underdogs equals yes. Panthers as favorites equals no. Do the math. I'm going to take the Panthers here. I think Bryce Young got another bad game out of his system. I'm still not sold on Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. So give me Panthers +5.
Yeah, I don't want to touch this game with a 10-foot pole. The only thing I was really, really looking at is under 47. That other Panthers game, I know they played the Cowboys, but like it only went to 43 points. The Panthers are going to Panther. They're not a good team, like Sean said. He brought up their defense. Terrible unit. I know Bryce Young has a connection with Leggett, but Leggett doesn't have a connection of his hands with his arms, apparently. I'm staying away, but I would heavy lean. I might end up taking it, but under 47. I think that's way too many points for this game.
You guys know not the Interstellar. What's the Oppenheimer music when he's like making a yeah, that's what I heard when Luke said Panthers as underdogs good, Panthers as favorite. I heard that in the background. Sam, I took the over 46.5. I think Carolina struggled last week because Dallas has a really good pass rush and Arizona's pass rush is doo-doo cakes. I think this might be a bounce back spot for Bryce. He doesn't have to score a ton of points because I'm expecting Arizona to score a bunch of points. I know it's a road game. They say Kyler road unders are very profitable, but this like Carolina's defense, we talk about it's still very, very poor, especially in the run game. I think James Conner's going to have another big game. I think he had like 130 yards last week. I think he has another big game this week on that Carolina defense. And I think Bryce does enough he's going to have time in the pocket. I think he does enough to get us to that over as long as Xavier Leggett can catch the ball. Just throw it to Thielen, man. Throw it to Thielen.
All right. To conclude our 1 o'clock slate, that was it. Now we're going to go into everybody's favorite segment.
Sean.
Just a reminder, we have games Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So if you're scrolling on your phone looking for games, just make sure you're looking.
Yeah, if you're playing along with us.
There's the biggest. There's one game that kind of is crazy, and then the rest.
Crazy expensive or crazy cheap?
Crazy expensive. Okay. The bottom 3 tickets are all within like $4 of each other.
Ooh, there's
a couple bottom.
I see 2. Mm-hmm. Sam, you want to throw a guess, or you want me to, and you'll guess the other one?
Yeah, I'm between 2 right now. Am I good to say which 2 I'm between?
Yeah, because I'm probably the same too.
I'm looking at Atlanta game and then the Indianapolis game just because Atlanta benched Cousins.
My God, you are completely the opposite of what I'm looking.
You guys are all. I
know what
Sean's thinking.
Tell them that both of those are wrong. I'm looking at the.
Those are both wrong. They're both.
I'm looking at Vegas, Jacksonville, or I'm looking at Carolina, Arizona.
Oh my God, I forgot to scroll. There's so many damn.
Oh, he told you to scroll.
No, I know. I just didn't know it went that far. Oh my God.
Sean, the only thing I want to tell you is just remember Vegas. It's Vegas.
I know. That's what I was about to say. That I'll go with the Carolina Arizona game.
It is not.
Damn.
It is the second lowest.
Oh shit.
Is it? Could it be Jets Rams?
Is that your guess?
It could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
It is Rams at Jets. $16. $16 for that. The Carolina Arizona game is $20, and the Tampa Bay Dallas game is $20.
How many dollars is it? 16?
16. Bro, you're not going to go out there in 20-degree weather.
Dollar, that's what I need.
Hey. Yo, I going to Penn State. I don't know. Sean's got family coming in. I might have Ben K go with me to MetLife.
At 1 o'clock, Rams at Jets for $16. A beer will be more expensive.
It will be. No, you can. It will definitely be.
Not if you multitask on the way.
What's going to be more expensive is the damn parking, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, did I even mention that? Me and Sean go driving into MetLife, right? And online it said you can buy a parking pass with the ticket for $20. So I was like, okay, well, I have a 20 in my wallet. I'll just give it to the damn attendant. We pull up. I'm like, here, Sean, just give her stop. I was like, Sean, give her my card. So I gave Sean my card, and she pulls out her thing. She goes, okay, 75. I beg your pardon. What? How many dollars? I could have bought 12 tickets with $75. What are you talking about? I could have bought the entire top row with $75. I don't have to pay to park. They made more money off of parking than anything in that stadium. Atrocious.
It's because you parked right up next to the stadium. If you parked farther a lot, it would have been.
No, they're all the same. It's one lot. Yeah, it's all the same lot.
That's
one
lot.
And we ended up parking a mile away because I'm stupid. I was like, yo, take the first spot.
He's like, just park.
As we're walking to the stadium, there's parking spots maybe 5 spots back from the stadium.
Yeah.
It was awful. I sold.
You sold there, but the most expensive one is going to be Baltimore. It has to be Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
Sam, do you have a guess?
I mean, that's the only one that kind of makes sense. If it's not Baltimore, give me Kansas City.
It is Baltimore at $207. You can go to Kansas City for $150.
Is the second most expensive Chicago?
The second most expensive is not Chicago. It's close, but it's not. The second most expensive is Philly at Washington for $130.
To go to that shitter of a stadium? Yeah, okay, guy.
But Detroit and Chicago is $129.
Yeah. That's actually cheap. It's cheaper than when the Panthers and the Patriots came to Chicago. What the hell, man? How cold is it going to be?
They're going to get blown out. That weather's going to suck, dude. I don't know, but it's going to suck.
Yeah, it's going to suck off.
All right. Yeah, 405. Minnesota at Seattle. Minnesota -3, over-under is 43.5. I don't have anything in this game. Don't really know how that's going to play out entirely.
Yeah, I really don't know. Is Gino, like, what do we know about Gino? I haven't really seen a lot.
We don't know. I think he practiced, like, kind of, like a half practice. I forget what, limited.
Yeah, I mean,
limited.
At this point, Darnold is kind of a veteran. I mean, he got into the league young, and it looks like he's really learned. I'll stay away for now. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. Just tune into Twitter.
All right.
Wait.
Sean, what do you got?
Oh, okay.
I know. I said, Sean, what do you got?
Damn.
We can't move on. I got my mortal in this game. I'll touch on that later.
Oh, no.
I'll touch on that later.
God.
Oh, no.
My God.
All right.
Mortality.
We're going to go New England at Buffalo. Buffalo -14, over-under 46.5. I'm going to take the under. Same situation as Bengals-Browns. I think the Bills are going to put up some points. Pats aren't going to put up many points. And, again, it's going to be fucking freezing up there, and it's going to be brutal.
Yeah, another game that I don't know. I've had a good track record of taking these humongous spreads and winning. If it was 13.5, I'd feel a lot better. But 14 is just, you're getting the full 2-touchdown spread. You know what? Mama ain't raised no bitch. Give me Bills -14. Just a way better team. They don't stop scoring. And even if they get up, it's going to be, 31-10? Bills -14. Give me it.
Yeah, this is what. No, it's not my ugliest pick of the week. I got some ugly picks this week, man. I took the over 46. I think Buffalo is going to score a lot of points. But I think Drake May is going to do enough to get. All I'm asking out of him is like 17 points. Like something you could.
That's not too big of an ask. I think Santa could grant that.
Yeah, just like a late touchdown that doesn't matter at all. Buffalo scores 30. We get to 47. I think Drake. Also,
did you say Santa?
Yeah,
Santa can bring gifts. I don't know if you've heard. The other fat guy.
Are you dumb?
That's my
bad. That was my bad. That was my bad. Yeah. Sorry.
God
damn. I took the over 46. I think that Buffalo's going to score a bunch of points, but we forget that Detroit didn't really get stopped against Buffalo last week. Put up 42. I know it's Detroit, but I'm not asking for 42 points out of Drake May. I'm asking for 17. I think that they will put up. I think they'll be chasing points, and worst case, I think they'll throw a pick six or something. I think Buffalo's going to score a lot of points. And an underrated aspect, I know it hasn't been as cold all year, but Buffalo, the over on their home games this year is 5-1. So they are finding ways to score a lot of points in their home games. So I took the over.
Spicy. All right.
Drake.
Moving on to probably one of the uglier matchups of the week. You got Jacksonville at Vegas. Vegas -1.5. Over under is 40.5. I'm not touching this game. Skip.
Yeah,
I probably got to pick in this game, but
I have no idea either. I mean,
I don't even think Max Crosby's playing.
I was about to say Las Vegas would be the right side, but then the Jags scored points last week. I thought they would get 3 or 6 points last week. I wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole.
I want to take Vegas, but my boy Sincere McCormick isn't playing. He's done for the year. So I don't know who the hell is going to be playing running back. I guess it's just Alexander Mattison now, leading the worst rushing offense in the league. It's Skip.
All right, gonna move on to San Francisco at Miami. Miami -1. Over under 44.5. I don't have anything in this game, fellas. This is gonna be a potential good matchup, but I don't have anything in this game.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would go and look at.
A good team? Are they not a good team?
No,
I don't think either of these teams are good
right now. No, it looks like a pick 'em right now, and I think Miami has an edge here, especially because Brock Purdy's he's in contract talks right now. If he secures that contract, then he's got really nothing to play for. They're looking to give him a ton of money. I just don't think San Fran's a good team. I mean, Debo's struggling. He got humbled. He's got humbled this year. He was walking on top of the world last year, talking a ton of shit in the beginning of this year. He got humbled. The only thing I would look, I would take the Dolphins. Check into Twitter. That's the only thing I have leaned that way. I got to do more research. I hate both of these teams. Both of these teams have really hurt my feelings this year, and I hate them.
Shit talked the Dolphins so much at the start of the episode.
They're both on the shit list, but doable. It's going to be in Miami, so.
Yeah, I really have no clue about this game. This game throws my mind for a loop. Everywhere I look at it, I feel like I want to take San Francisco, but then it's like I don't really want to. Miami at home is the only way that they know how to play football.
I think it's gonna be a blowout either way. There's no in between. Either San Fran blows them out like 27-10, or Miami blows them out 27-10. I think there's no in between.
I don't know. Right. Big summer blowouts. Yeah, I'm skipping on this game.
All right. Tampa Bay at Dallas. Tampa Bay minus 4.5. Over under 48.5. I have my lock in this game. My immortal in this game, so I'm gonna save it.
I think I know what I do.
All right. Well, I also have my mortal in this
game. Oh no! Oh no! Good luck with that, fellas.
I'm gonna look through my picks. I was hoping to do a mortal
parlay this weekend because the last weekend it hit. I'm like, we gotta. I'm just gonna start betting them in parlays, but
let me look. Let me look at my other picks, but I think we might have the same thing.
I don't know. I don't think we.
Oh no!
I think we do. Dallas is ass at home.
No. Chill.
But I don't want the same thing as him.
We need the viewer retention. Everyone can stay to the end to find out.
God,
figure it out.
This is the worst.
I have a pick in this game. It's not the same as you two. Trust me. This is my official too cute pick of the week. I took the Dallas under 22.5 team total. They scored a bunch of points on Carolina last week. Tampa Bay's defense has been playing really well, especially the run defense. The run defense is very underrated. I know Dallas has been running the ball better because of Rico Dowdle, but I don't think he has a big game here. I think they forced Cooper Rush to beat him as a drop back passer, which is not something that he's all that great at. I watched him try to do it against the Bengals. He was having success when they were able to run the ball. When they had to chase points at the end, it did not go well. That's all I'll say. So I think Tampa Bay, team playing well, team that is motivated, team's defense is still underrated. 22.5. I think at most Dallas finishes with 3 touchdowns here. Give me the under.
I'm also going to trace back my steps. One of my mortals is in this game, but I also have a different pick in this game as I'm looking at my board here. I have my pick that's not my mortal is Bucks minus 3.5.
Oh.
Sorry. They're dangerous. I think this line should be more if Dallas wasn't coming off of a win. I think it should be closer to like a 5.5, 6.5 line. But that's my pick.
My regular pick is Dallas. No, my regular pick is Tampa Bay minus 3.5. My mortal lock is Dallas plus 3.5.
My mortal lock is Tampa Bay minus 3.5.
It's at 4.5. It's at 4.5 now. I still would be comfortable taking that for the Bucks. They're peaking at the right time.
Yeah, well, that threw me for a loop.
So then we move into Monday night.
Monday.
New Orleans at Green Bay.
Sunday.
This should definitely get fixed.
Oh God, I forgot.
But Green Bay minus 14.5. Over under is 42.5. I have a pick in this game. I have the Saints plus 14 and a half.
Oh my!
Spencer Rattler is going to give this team an opportunity to win. They weren't able to do anything with Jake Haener last week, but as soon as Spencer Rattler came in, the ball was moving pretty well. So 14 and a half is too much. The only thing that concerns me is that it is outside, but I think that more or less leans to the under. But Jordan Love also just he hasn't turned the ball over, which scares me. But 14 and a half seems too many points for a Green Bay team that is good, but not an echelon of like a Buffalo or like Lions, where these lines should be there.
Can I ask you who New Orleans played last week?
They played the Commanders.
Almost won.
They lost by a point because we have no season left, and so we went for 2. Which is so crazy that if we're going to talk about that clock stopped for
bullshit.
Also, I'm suing Roger Goodell. That shit's insane. I had Washington minus 7.5, and these fuckers stopped the clock for 5 seconds or for 9 seconds with 5 seconds. I know. I don't give a fuck. I want them to lose. I want them to lose every game.
Well, the referees, they met after the game and said we rewatched the tape, and that game should have been over at that play.
Yeah.
We should have never stopped the clock.
Yeah, they interviewed him, and they said, they interviewed the head official, and they're like, why did the clock not stop? They were like, well, the line judge clicked because I guess the line judges, I didn't know this, but they have like a clicker that like stops the clock, and I didn't know that, and he clicked it on accident, and then didn't click it again, and then when they said, can you not go back and review that and move it, like that's not a reviewable
Yeah,
play.
on accident. Everybody and their mother had Commanders minus 7 there.
Yeah, I'm suing Roger Goodell.
So stupid.
Vegas
I'm not
Maybe
touching
hold
this
Dallas.
game. I'm not touching this game. If you think Rattler's going to move the ball, then I would maybe be comfortable taking over 42.5. But I think Green Bay's defense is way too good for Rattler to play in this terrible weather, cold weather, and then against one of the best defenses in football. I mean, it's baptism by fire this week for him.
Is Rattler 100% playing?
I think he's the starter this week. I don't think Carr's playing, and I think Haener sucks balls.
Well, yeah, I also think that. I just didn't know if they named him. It feels like too many points, especially over 14. But good God, man, like it's weird. It's weird. It's a weird spot. I think it's in Lambeau, right?
Yeah,
I think that's playing a big role in this line, honestly. But yeah, I'm probably not going to touch it. And to be honest, don't even know if I'm going to watch that game. Sorry.
All right, going into our mortal locks. I'll go into my mortal lock. We've been touching on it, but my mortal lock is the Tampa Bay Dallas under 48.5. Again, I think it's one of those situations where Dallas isn't really going to get the ball moving all that well. The only thing that scares me is like a late cover for some reason. Like I think that by the fourth quarter, it's gonna be like the last drive of the fourth quarter, and Cooper Rush is gonna say, "I understand it now," and he's gonna drive down the field, and then he's gonna drop back and throw some dimes. If you shut down CeeDee Lamb, this game's over. So I think that's another reason why I also went Tampa Bay minus 3.5. But if you shut down CeeDee Lamb, then there should be no problem in this game.
Yeah, that's why I thought we had the same mortal lock. Mine's Tampa Bay minus 3.5. I think this game's gonna be 20 to 3.5. Baker's getting hot at the right time. I think this team realizes if they just bear down on defense, their offense is gonna really help them out, and they could have a decent playoff run. That's a team, like Luke said, I would not want to see them in the playoffs, especially if them heating up right now. Tampa Bay minus 3.5. That's my mortal.
Yeah, my mortal lock is Minnesota minus 3 against Seattle. I know it's in Seattle, but Seattle's O-line is so bad, especially in the run game. I saw a stat. It was like yards before contact, the leading team is either Buffalo or Detroit, and it's at like 3.5 yards per carry. The average yards per contact on rushes by Seattle is like 0.6. So they're getting hit at the line of scrimmage every single play. They can't run the ball. Kenneth Walker's been banged up, so he hasn't been playing. Even if he does play, he's been banged up. And then you look at their passing game. Who's playing quarterback this week? It's either half of Geno Smith or Sam Howell. And we all saw Sam Howell play. He might be worse than half of Geno Smith. Minnesota, they're going to blitz you. Everyone on the planet knows it. They're going to come after you. And I think that Seattle's O-line is very much not equipped to stop that. And Geno Smith is not equipped to run away from pressure. Geno has never been good against the pressure. That's been the downfall of his career. Well, the downfall of his career is that he was just a bad quarterback at the start. but now he's playing better. But his Achilles heel is still the pressure. If you can get pressure on Geno Smith, it's very much a problem. And I think that Minnesota is going to try to get after him, especially if they know he can't get out of the pocket and move. And if Sam Howell plays, I don't think the line would be 3 if everyone knew that Sam Howell was going to play quarterback for Seattle. That's really my entire analysis on that aspect of it. But Minnesota's playing well. Their offense is good. Seattle, it still might be a little bit inflated because they were off that 4-game win streak, and they're like, oh, well, they only lost because Geno got hurt last week. Maybe that's part of it to why it's so low. I'm not saying that's exactly why, but I think that maybe that plays a little bit of a role. I think it might still be a little bit inflated because the market's still a little high on them after that 4-game win streak. Yeah, give me Minnesota. I think that Darnold's going to be able to throw the ball pretty well, spread the ball around. They're going to be able to protect the quarterback, and the other side is going to be the complete opposite. They're not going to be able to run the ball. They're going to have to rely on Sam Howell or half of Geno Smith running from pressure. No bueno. Give me Minnesota -3.
So, Luke, I wanted to ask you. You said you wanted to put it in a parlay. I have a proposition. If we're taking it, we're putting it on our tracker. We're putting it out there for the people.
Okay.
I have it in right now. Parlay, Buccaneers -3.5, under 48.5, Vikings -3. That's plus 558. If we teased it, it would be under 54.5, Tampa Bay +2.5, and Vikings +3 at plus 160. What do you think? Safer for money, but if we really feel true
I'm not
about
going
our
to tease
picks,
it. I'm going to bet mortals. I'm not going to tease our mortals. I'm going to bet.
Yeah, you're not confident in your mortal?
Are you putting it in?
I probably will. I mean, I'll do it right now. I mean,
all right. I'm putting it on my tracker. I'm putting it for the people. We are parlaying our 3 mortals for the first time ever.
That means it's gonna.
I swear, Sam, if you fuckers...
I'm 7-1 in mortals. Sean's like 3-4.
I'm not.
It's still
I'm not 3-4. Relax. I'm 4-4.
No, he's 50%.
3-3 type shit.
Type shit. I think that's worse than anything. Is that the bets that you're the most confident in for the entire spread?
It's all right. It's all right. We
all right. Mortal parlay. I love it. I love
I got it at 5:30 on FanDuel. So
okay.
I just want to. While you guys are doing that, I have a couple shout outs I want to give. First of all,
my God,
shout out to Ty Johnson. That dude is balling right now with Josh Allen. They have a crazy connection when he gets out of the pocket. Ty Johnson running those wheel routes, or even just running up the field trying to find space. They are hooping right now. Next up, Tim Patrick. What a pickup for Detroit, man. He's playing really good football right now. How many touchdowns does he have for Detroit? It's like 4 or 5, and he's only played like 4 or 5 games. Crazy. And last one, Marvin Mims as a punt returner. God damn, man. That dude knows how to find space. And like another reason why we say, oh, Bo Nix didn't play that well. Oh, but he scored 30, whatever. Yeah, their defense and Marvin Mims played a huge role in that game, just turning it around when they were down 13-7. Should have been 20-7, so we'll gloss past that. Yeah, those are my 3 under the radar shout outs. And then shout out to Jared Goff also. He makes layered throws better than a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. I think that's definitely an underrated aspect. Everyone's like, Jared Goff, he doesn't do anything all that well. He layers throws over linebackers very well. Him and Amon-Ra and Sam Laporta are very good at doing that. So that I just wanted to shout out those guys because when I was watching the games this week, kind of jumped out at me.
I got a shout out. Shout out Santa Claus for visiting every house in the United States. I don't know how you do it in one night. And the whole world.
We'll still have some Christmas talk next week because just want to let all of our listeners know we will be dropping next week's episode on Monday. I know it's close back to back, but with Christmas coming up and wanting to spend time with our respective families on New Year's Eve, when Christmas Day games going on, we're gonna be recording Monday. So we haven't discussed how we're gonna do college football yet. Whenever we're gonna record that because the next game isn't until the 21st. Of December, from the 21st to the 31st. So connect then. So you might just see an NFL episode next week. So, but we'll see you guys. Bet responsibly. Follow the Twitter, Not So Hot Takes 2 _, and subscribe to the YouTube, Not So Hot Takes 2 S's. We work hard on this stuff, man. It takes a lot for us to put this stuff out. We're gonna do better next year, trying to put ourselves out there. But we appreciate all you guys who have been here from the jump. I know we're not at the end of the season yet, but it's been a long season. But it's been fast at the same time. We're already at week 16. We got this week and 2 weeks left of the regular season, and then it's on to the playoffs. And then we won't know what to do with ourselves. Maybe touch grass or actually speak to women. Maybe.
Nah, baseball will be on.
Yeah, baseball.
Nah.
College basketball.
We can cover.
Madness is going to start.
we'll have the Super Bowl. We'll cover. We might, cover some college basketball.
I've got some stuff potentially lined up for some fun guests to come on here.
And we're really good at yapping, so we'll find a way.
Yeah. All right, fellas. You guys got anything else?
Gamble responsibly, please. You don't want to ruin lives doing this. This is fun for us, right? We do take the time to give you good picks, but like we're not like over here sweating. Like, all right, I got my bank account on this one. It's got to hit. Like, we're not out here doing that. Gamble responsibly.
I'm betting my truck payment this month.
All right, there's the truck. Wait.
No.
Before we leave, Luke, please tell me how that fantasy team is doing. Please.
So I'll walk you through what happened.
Oh no.
It was. I'm the number 8 seed. I snuck in. It was a 3-way tie for the 8 seed, and I snuck in.
Yes.
Thank God. I was nervous.
Thank God.
And then the game started after the 1:00 slate. I had a 20% chance of winning. After the 4:00 slate, when I had James Conner on my team get 30 points, it started to look good. I started to get some favoritism there, and then Sunday night happened, and it was pretty much wrapped up and tied up. I thought I was going to win, and then because we went into Monday night needing Sam Darnold and Drake London to combine for 27 points. They combined for 26 points.
Damn it!
After Sam Darnold's interception. My Bengals defense, even though they allowed 27 points, they still had 18 points on defense with 4 interceptions and 2 fumble returns and a touchdown.
Damn it.
I left Jared Goff on my bench, who had 41 points.
Wait, so you're saying if Jordan Battle didn't drop the fumble 6, you would have won?
Wait.
Yeah, that and
who'd you play quarterback?
I played Sam Darnold against the Bears.
Over Goff?
Dude, they were playing the Bills. What are you talking about?
That was like the most anticipated game of the whole week.
And Sam Darnold dropped 35 points last week. So I'm going to ride the hot hand.
I'm heartbroken.
I know. But it's all right. I didn't get last place. Sucro got last place. Shout out Sucro. He has to do 75 hard with the boys as his punishment.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm going to do 75 easy.
Man, you should do the opposite of 75 hard, Sean.
What
do
you
for 75 days?
Easy is?
Only eat fast food.
Eat more.
No exercising.
Drink. Yeah.
No exercising. And do the opposite of reading a book. Watch 15 minutes of television extra.
Shit, that just sounds like my life.
Right.
Man, need some more mashed
We're
potatoes,
heading out of
man.
here. It was fun. It was real.
I got
something
to say.
Sean's got one.
I got something to say. If you didn't listen to our college football episode last week, I think it was my favorite episode that we've done so far. It was more of a wrap up of the season and an award ceremony. It was probably the most fun I've had. I don't know. I don't know if I can speak for you two, but it might have.
No, it was a lot
I think it was very entertaining. So if you haven't checked that out, I ask you please.
And we will have one. We'll have one for NFL too. So if you listen to that, it's a little bit of a sneak peek into the NFL.
Exactly.
Portion.
But thanks for listening, guys. Gamble responsibly. Obviously, we talked about. Yeah, thanks for listening. See you guys soon for college football, the playoff. Woo!
Ooh.